Welcome, everybody, to the best Timberwolves post-game show that we will maybe ever do. But I don't care.
Or ever do.
I'm on cloud nine right now. You can probably hear my voice is a little raspy. I will likely lose it during this broadcast.
We should shout this broadcast out so we can permanently lose our voice.
I basically have already. Welcome, Mass Dexter is back in the chat. J Owner 1, Gerald. We got JJ.
Got JJ.
We're all here.
We got Jowner 1 with the well.
Yes. And crazy night. We have so much to talk about. We're going to try to wrangle ourselves into maybe at least we don't want to go over 5 hours. No. But no. What an exciting night.
In that time. Sorry.
It is it's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm on cloud 9. Me too. If you're new to the channel, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. We do this after every game.
You're like you, Joner.
Yeah, I should sleep, but these guys, yeah, I appreciate it. Man, D'Lo and Ant, best duo in the NBA. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself in the comments. Wolves back. Man, Wolves, man. That has got to be, this is a culture-breaking game for the Timberwolves franchise in every way possible. This is not a team we should have beat. This was a good team. We had some bad calls. They had some bad calls. The crowd was insane, and I was one of them. Holy cow. I can't believe it. Best experience of my life. I've never had.
I'm so happy for you, man.
I'm so happy I'm here for it, even though I'll probably be in Seattle next year. but
who cares?
But tonight was I need to focus on the playoffs, but I don't care. I'm just so happy about tonight. We don't have to feel this anymore. Everything here is candy. Yeah. Wolves back. Yes, they are. Holy cow. Well,
welcome King Wiley. Welcome Casper.
Vomiting.
What's up, Mass Dexter?
Yeah, Mass Dexter. I'm just vomiting all of my feelings out at the same time. How are you feeling after this game?
Fantastic. Also, I told you so. Also, yeah. I think there was a point in this game where I think I lost my pants. I flipped my dinner on the floor. I had to clean that up. I almost lost my voice. I was screaming.
Oh, my gosh.
Ed Malloy!
Ed Malloy.
No. It was insane. Ed Malloy, Scott Foster. What are we talking about?
We're
sending technicals.
That's just an insane game.
Oh man,
you look at
what's up?
If I told you that Karl Anthony Towns had fouled out of the game for one, played 24 minutes, had 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, and I told you it was the best game in Timberwolves history, would you believe me?
Yes.
Maybe. We might, but yes, I was at the game, almost cried when Ant hit the step back 3 on PG.
It was so crazy. Good. That was such a sick 3. Oh my God. The behind the back, if he made that behind the back step back.
I stood up. I was like falling.
Yeah.
I'd have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind. Oh my gosh. That step back was insane.
Dodi M. Sayaki. What's up, yo? Wombat. Welcome. Graham Christensen. No. What am I highlighting this comment for?
What was the comment? I missed it.
Can I see the no pants?
Oh, yeah. I can't. Yeah, I know. My goodness, though.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Shall we start by good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Cameron. How are you doing? How was your day of work into walking to Target Center? And how did you feel walking to Target Center?
Yeah,
getting that towel.
Let me tell you, my day was crazy because I did have to work today, 8:30 to 5. And if my boss is watching, I am so sorry for how unproductive I was today.
If your boss is watching.
But
I Actually, my boss might be watching.
I don't care. I mean, they're not going to be watching. They don't know me. But man, what a day. I mean, I've been looking forward to this all day. I was excited, and I was kind of like,
what's up, Christian Rondo? Keep going.
Oh, Christian Rondo's here. We got the whole gang. We got the whole gang. But yeah, for me, it was just such an insane day. I worked, and then I went. My dad came over. We had pizza. We went to the game. Took the train to the game. Tried to take the train back. The train didn't work. We got to the game super early, so we got to watch everything fill up. I mean, this is just. I mean, I think the feeling that we're all feeling right now is we've all been fans for a long time. A long time. I've been a fan, I think, if I'm going to the exact day, probably like 18 years ago or something like that. But we just have not seen good basketball. We've seen so many promising teams, so many things that we're getting like, it's like, maybe Levine and Wiggins will be fun. Maybe like Ramon Sessions, like there's all these different combinations of players, like Al Jefferson.
Ramon Sessions.
I was a big believer. But no, we've just had so many bad times, and anytime we get excited for something, it just dies, and we just like we got excited about the Butler year, maybe not as excited as we maybe should have been, but that's a different story. We didn't get a chance to run it back. This team's going to have a chance to run it back, even if we don't do well in the playoffs against Memphis. This is a win. This is just such a win. We're going to have so much experience gained from this. But I'm getting into vomit mode, and it's just like the game was insane. The crowd was crazy from the first bucket.
Dude,
loud.
We heard every decibel, man.
Yeah.
It was so fun to hear. And it was kind of awesome to hear Kevin Harlan on the call. Like, I kind of missed Dave Benzisms, and Jim Pete kind of deserved a call to cast this or whatever. But it was fun to hear Kevin Harlan. Wasn't the best to hear Reggie Miller or whatever. But the start of this game had this like insane intensity. And Ant popping off in the beginning just made me feel like so many emotions. 7-2, Ant 7, Clippers 2. Ant, took it on himself because D'Lo looked like ass. Cat had a turnover and a potential a foul, I think. We had to bring it somehow, and Vando was getting in there and getting a foul here. Beverly was getting under the grill of Reggie Jackson. It was great. And PG, while he had his points, is kind of expected. It was the others that didn't come up. We were blessed with no Luke Kennard, honestly. And they didn't go to Marcus Morris enough.
They didn't, yeah.
But, man, our offense wasn't there for most of the night, except for some hero ball for a lot of the reasons that we'll get into. But our defense was fucking on point, man. It was so good to see. Like, almost no open threes. Maybe 2 all game long.
Yeah. It was the beginning of the game. I could not believe it. Obviously, well, to some extent I could believe it. But it was like we go from the highest scoring team in the league. We go insane. We go 130 every single game, basically. Then we're basically finishing the first quarter 17-13. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I mean, we had 3 minutes left and it was 17-13. And then we get to half and it's only 53-51. And we're like halfway through the third, which was the worst. But the third, we just nothing was happening for so long. And then finally the Clippers started to pull away a little bit, but it was a struggle for both teams because the defense, shout out the Clippers defense. That was insane tonight. Not what I necessarily expected. And then the Wolves defense, especially from the bench, was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they started Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum, PG-13, Zubac, and Marcus Morris. We have Patrick Beverly, D'Lo, and all shorter than all of them, I think, outside of maybe Jackson. Whoa, that was scary to see that starting lineup. It's like, Little Mac in Mike Tyson's Punch Out being like, oh, hey, who's my first opponent? And it's like this motherfucking 8-foot giant, right? Crazy. But we brought it, man. Those first
Weird.
few minutes were so fucking electric.
That was electric.
Keep going though. Keep bringing the summary here because I have some comments too from my end. But like, holy crap, the TNT crew were clowning us all game long. At halftime, they were laughing. They were in tears. They were saying, "Suck it up, Towns." And post-game show, they were clowning us for all of our emotion. And yet, I have maybe potentially a surprise for you. They picked us over Memphis.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand. I heard that, and it's like, why are they so down? It's weird.
What's up, big Wolves fan from Indonesia? Yes, welcome, my friend.
Yes, all the way from Indonesia.
We need all of you. We need all of your energy.
Yeah,
all that voltage from you too.
But yeah, so I mean, like we get into the third quarter, and I think it's over. I'm like, it's over. Like we're down by 10. We have to come back, and Towns has 5 fouls. This is the situation. You know, when we played the Suns earlier this year, Towns was having foul trouble the whole game, and he took himself out in the fourth quarter again. Also, oh my gosh, Finch, what are you doing letting Towns stay in the first half with 3 fouls? That just, you have to learn. He's just comfortable now that he got his contract. But like, oh my gosh. And honestly, so I'm a little ahead of the comments, but Christian Rondo says TNT was also hating on Finch a lot. The first quarter, I don't know. I mean, for Towns specifically, I agree because like you just like we saw this through the season, and I figured he was just like it's regular season, who cares? But now we've seen it in a play-in game where he lets Towns stay out there with 3 fouls in the first half. He does not have the mental fortitude to not foul again. I don't care that they're weak fouls. I don't care that Paul George is getting away with stuff on the other end. It doesn't matter. You need to win games. And if you're getting called fouls like that, get over it. But I will say, this is going to sound really, really weird coming from me, and I don't think you're going to agree with me, maybe. I still, obviously, Towns, atrocious game. Almost in, every way. I'm
going to not talk about him at all tonight, by the way.
This is the only thing I'm going to say. It was bad. I don't want to really go too in on it, but I will give him just barely this benefit of like a 1%. That, he has not faced offenses or defenses that play him like this very many times in his life. This doesn't happen during the regular season. This doesn't he's been in the playoffs once. He needs to adapt, obviously. Like I'm not on his side here, but like I do think that there's just this teensy part of me that maybe is like, I feel just barely for him. I'm not trying to say that I am like on his side. Don't think that I'm okay with the performance tonight. Obviously, if you've watched our show all year long, we predicted this on game 1. Game 1, we predicted exactly what happened tonight. So that's what's frustrating about it. But yeah, so that's all I'll say. I don't really want to go on to Towns. We will probably do a tier list at some point, but yeah, Towns is obviously an atrocious game. But the people that matter, D'Lo stepped up tonight. Couldn't believe it. He took so many shots where I was like those no yes shots, and he's just hitting all the mid range. He was like perfect from the field. It felt like at some point he was driving, getting fouls.
He toyed with us at the beginning. He looked like he didn't belong, and he was subbed out probably earlier than normal, and it was a sign of things to come because he looked like it affected him. Mm-hmm. And I really liked what our lineup became, which Beasley, Beverly, Ant. We had a gunner now. We had a potential reliable 3-point shooter. It didn't amount to anything. We were 5 for 17 from the floor in the first quarter. Like, we looked like ass. Mm-hmm. After that first burst from Ant, we looked like shell of ourselves. Yeah. Here comes Clippers rolling back. Here comes Clippers with a 3 from Morris, from a 3 from Batum, from a 3 with Paul George. All we had to do was stick to our game plan, and we were getting rustled. We were like rustled up D'Angelo. We were kind of just like not in our bag. Mm-hmm. Offensively, we were inept. Offensively, we couldn't find anyone. And Ant lost his rhythm at one point, one possession, and then kind of backed off for a quarter and a half. But man, I have to say, shout out Naz Reid, shout out Malik Beasley.
Yeah.
Shout out our bench, man, because without our bench, that's 15 points off our bench. Mm-hmm. That's insane production from the game where it was literally actually probably more than 15 points. I don't know what I'm saying. 12 points from Beasley by himself, 9 points from, Naz Reid, and I'm kind of losing myself here. I'm just saying, like, 5 threes, that's 15 points from 3. That is, like, competing with their gunners. Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Terrence Mann, Paul George, Reggie Jackson, all of them. I'm, like, naming names to try to sound smart, but they are all potentially reliable three-point shooters.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have anything from our starters other than Ant. Like, it was a little frustrating. And Beverly got into foul trouble super early, and I was so worried about that.
I know.
Cat got into foul trouble and couldn't get into any rhythm.
Yeah.
But our bench saved us. That end of the first quarter, Jaden 3. That end of that third quarter, Beasley 3. Those are little blips of momentum that we would have potentially lost this game without.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
our bench is a weapon. How stupid is that? Our bench is a weapon.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I mean, Nas tonight, like you said, I loved Nas tonight. I just loved Nas tonight. Quick little interjection. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We do this after every game, and we're going to be doing tons of content during the playoffs. Also, like the stream if you haven't already. Back to the game, though. You're right. D'Lo fooled us in the beginning. He looked awful. I actually thought we might bench him for the rest of the game because of how bad he looked. And then, obviously, Towns didn't look good. Ant looked crazy. They weren't guarding Ant very strongly in the beginning, which was really weird. Beasley was huge. There was a point where Beasley made a 3, and it was like a big one. It might have been his first 3 or maybe second. And they had the shot of him on the Jumbotron at the stadium, and he says, "Okay, I'm good now. So he was like, "I'm locked. I'm ready to start making more." So I was like hoping we would get it more to him. But either way, he came to play tonight. Jaden's defense in the fourth, even though he did have a couple fouls, it just felt like it was needed. Naz Reid, huge. Jalen came in, did a little bit. Okogie played 8 seconds and got a foul. But, it's like an insane game. Also interesting to note, no Jordan McLaughlin tonight. That was one player that was thought might play tonight just because Finch has loved him so much lately. But we kind of ran with Noel for a little bit where we normally would maybe see Jordan McLaughlin as like kind of like more of the ball handler.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think there was a reason for that too. Clippers' size is too stupid. Like their entire lineup is taller than McLaughlin, and while he's super crafty down low, and while he's very aggressive, this game was at a pace where it didn't really fit McLaughlin in transition. There was barely any transition, honestly. Maybe we outstole them. Maybe we had more turnovers and fast break points, but that's like beside the point. Jalen Noel gives us that extra dimension, and he made that first shot, which was sick. It was so fun. Maybe there was like a Jalen Noel moment, and I think he was just trying something. Like, we need to spell D'Lo here. Ant needs some rest. Beverly probably needs to sit because he has 3 fouls. We need someone as a spark. Beasley didn't have it initially, and he needs, the ball given to him. Mm-hmm. I thought it was pretty smart. And, it sucks for, McLaughlin not being able to play on the biggest stage or whatever. But we're a team here. Yeah. He knows where his minutes can come and go. Mm-hmm. And in a game like this, we're gonna want to ride our stars for as long as possible for 38 to 40 minutes. That's what we want to have happen.
Yeah. I think he's fine not playing. I think he understands his role. I don't think that's something that I really, or either one of us really need to worry about that much. But yeah, it's I just can't get over tonight. And then, I was talking about the third quarter being terrible. I was so down. We get to the fourth quarter. The Timberwolves come to play. They brought it back. The crowd affected the game so greatly. Anytime we got within like 4 or 5 points, or no, I should say 6 or 7 points, the crowd was ready to roar. And then we got to 5, and it was basically a tie game. It didn't matter because it was so much momentum.
Yeah,
everything was on our side, and it was just working. So.
And I'm bringing it back to the first half. 1 point for D'Lo in that first quarter, and I was worried. Where is that? As JJ said, like, where's that second score going to come? We got that burst from Ant in the beginning. Where's that second score going to come from? Because Cat has now 4 fouls.
Yeah,
D'Lo just said, "I'm taking this on my own, and I'm taking it down." And I thought the way that he was so crafty getting to the line, he got to the line several times, and he had a 3 out there and a couple of layups. Super crafty, super veteran-like status. And it just made me feel, okay, the ball in his hands, there's going to be a right decision made here. Dude, we had 11 total turnovers tonight. What the fuck? A team that almost leads the league in turnovers. 11.
Yeah.
13 team total turnovers. A team that barely gets to the line. Got to the line 37 fucking times.
And
against the Clippers.
Also, we got to the line plenty of times tonight.
We didn't make our free throws.
But we missed every free throw, it felt like. I mean, we were going 1 for 2 almost every time. I think we ended the night maybe 60% or something like that.
Yeah, we're just practicing for Memphis. Don't worry about it.
I guess we are practicing for Memphis.
Yeah.
But, man, it was, nerve-wracking because we almost could have lost it there at the end of the game. But thank goodness we didn't. So,
JJ, yeah. I've come to expect it too. I actually kind of felt this was going to happen. And I even said last night on the show with Timberwolves Daily, that I think there's a D'Lo spark right here. Every 15 or so games, there's going to be something that's just going to take over. And I kind of felt the D'Lo game. And I don't know, man. I think I'm the reason why we won.
Yeah. Man, I just I can't. Did you want to watch that? We have a video to pull up. I don't even know what it is. It's like an interview or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like a post-game interview of Ant and Beverly. Beverly drinking a Bud Light, by the way.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. I like Bud Light. I'm a Bud Light drinker.
Dude, he was so emotional post-game. I was in tears. I'm a big boy. I just love when men cry. I love it so much. It's so heartfelt. And when I'm rooting for you and you pour it all out there, when you get that O board and you throw it up the ball up the stands, I'm screaming my loudest. It was so awesome to see.
I can't. I was walking home, but I didn't get to see any of the stuff on Twitter or anything like that. So I'm going to spend all night rewatching the game.
Let's do it together. Oh, gross.
Seriously, this is like a rewatching party, but
we can do it.
Let's do this. All right, I think it's sharing. How does it look?
Probably good.
Not. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay enough. We'll go theater mode.
NBA was fucking clowning on us. Yeah, we did just win the chip. Coos.
Why does everybody keep saying this? Of course we do. This is ridiculous. This is
LeBron was going off on us too.
Really?
Well, just with emojis.
Oh, he's just trying to win over all his LA fans, but
yeah, there was this one shining moment that TNT made. It was really, really funny. A little sad that they did that immediately for a team that needs something. It was sad that they did that, but it was also really funny.
Yeah. Look at them. They're clowning us like crazy. I didn't realize this. Oh my gosh. Can you hear the audio?
That was a hell of an exciting game.
It was a great game. Let's watch this together. Okay.
It looked like the fans were having an incredible time.
Second postseason appearance since 2004 for the Timberwolves.
Exactly.
Here's the man himself, Patrick Beverly and Anthony Edwards.
Look what he's watching. Look what he's drinking.
Celebration ensues, and it seemed like you were feeling some emotions. Can you take us through just what you're feeling in that moment and kind of what's going through your head there?
We played a really good team. I'm gonna try to sound real humble, but I know that's gonna leave in about 2 seconds. But we played a real good team, well coached. Obviously, emotions behind it. Former team. Man, I wanted this so bad. I wanted this one so bad. This is just the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. To play in to be able to beat them.
I muted your mic, Cameron.
Another goal scratched off. I told you it was going to the playoffs. Everybody, most of y'all looked at me like I was crazy. When I first said that, I fucking told y'all.
I love him so much.
Pat, the way that you guys weathered all sorts of different storms within the game, what did it take for you guys to pull that all together to get through each obstacle and get to the end and get over the hump?
It's coaching, all coaching. You got to give Fincher a lot of credit. He put us in a position to be successful tonight. Like I say, playoffs is when stars are made. This young man, I told him before the game, man, like a veteran, Francisco Garcia told me 10 years ago, my first playoff game, you go be very special in this league. And I told him the same thing. And he came out here, man. I was so proud of Ant. Came out here, he responded well, cat fouled out. 20-year-old took over the game. So proud of him.
And you said you're made for these moments. Just can you take us through what you're feeling now, just to be able to help deliver a win like this, and what the jumping on the scores table, seeing the crowd, and everything you're feeling, kind of.
I put the work in. That's all I can say. And it's over now. We got to get ready for Memphis. Play Saturday.
Did you just sense that you needed to take the game at one point there?
I took what the game gave me, and that's what they gave me. They were scared to guard me, and I took advantage of that.
It's not easy for your star player to be in foul trouble for a lot of the game. How are you guys able to respond to that when that maybe might rattle some teams?
We got players like D'Angelo Russell, that can take over the game and score the ball at a very high level. So when Cat fouled out, I think D'Lo took it upon himself to keep us in the game.
Pat, what did you think of the entire team's defensive effort tonight? It really seemed like everybody 1 through 5 sat down and guarded.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing all year. We've been, our coaching staff put us in a position to be successful, especially the defensive schemes. Obviously, everyone wasn't perfect, but, man, you could tell it was just will tonight. It was just will. We just wanted it more. We went out there. We competed. We didn't care who shot the ball. We didn't care what the stats were. And the better team won today.
This is for the both of you. Pretty historical imagery in the Minnesota franchises. Kevin Garnett standing at that same table that you two did. Was that on your mind at all when you did that, and just kind of this new era that you guys are in?
I ain't gonna lie, that's been on my mind since I figured we was playing them. All I've been going to sleep saying, I'm gonna hit a game with a shot and I'm gonna go jump on the table.
I promise you, that was my thing when I woke up. I'm gonna stand on that fucking scoreboard today. Yeah, for sure.
And then it was a mixture of the attacking and the 3-point shots. When you have the ball in your hands there, like, how does that decision making process go of what you need?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
No one can guard them. I've been telling them that all year. I don't care who plays. I done seen the best defensive guys. I'm one of the best defensive guys on earth. No one can guard him. And I just keep preaching that to him. And, he's been doing it all season. So credit to him, credit to his hard work, credit to his patience. Obviously, we have Karl Anthony Towns, who we feature a lot. So credit to his patience at a young age, understanding the game, being patient, understanding when to attack. Cat fouled out. Him and D'Lo took over the game. So our young core, man, I mean, those 3 guys, man, we gonna be here for a while, so I'm very excited, fan. I didn't mean to interrupt this question, but I see the boy, man. He puts in a lot of work, fellas, ladies too. Also, he puts in a lot of work. One of the first guys in the beginning of the year in the gym. It's time to go home. He's the last one in. He comes at night. He brings his dog in there. He's in there. So you got to give a lot of credit, man. This is his star. This is his moment. He deserves all of it. This is his moment.
One shining moment.
For either of you guys, this game had kind of everything that might have derailed this team in the past, whether it be foul trouble, officiating.
What do you mean the past? Fix that question. What do you mean past? Earlier in the season?
Earlier in the season and last year. Fourth quarter comebacks from another team. What does this say about the mental makeup of this team and where you are now and the growth that you've made, that in a moment like this you were able to get it done and put all those things behind you?
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I just think Finchy coached his ass off. That's the best that I can tell you. Finchy did a great job, man. Like Pat said, Coach of the Year.
Pat, what did you what's up, Pat?
What's up, baby?
What did you say to your old teammates at the end there when you were standing in front of the bench?
Take their ass home. Long flight to LA. Take y'all ass home. It's deeper that for me. You understand? I gave my blood and sweat and tears to that organization. I mean, you guys know the story, especially you. Blood, sweat, and tears to just be written off like that. He's injury prone. He's old, this, that. To be able to come here, play them in a play-in, beat their ass. No other feeling, man. No other feeling.
And on a side note, did you even know what was going on when that lady ran onto the court? I saw you go over there to check.
I tried to help her. I tried to help her out, make sure she was okay. Pray for her, too. Make sure she's okay.
Did you know that she glued herself to the court?
Hey, that's not none of my, I don't know what's going on. I just pray that she's okay.
I actually thought she broke her leg for some reason. I thought she had like hurt
You
herself.
kind of touched on it a moment ago, but going from your rookie year to this year and just the change you guys have been able to make, what do you think has just kind of been the catalyst to all of that?
Like Pat said, man, I put in a lot of work. Summertime, still now, I'm in there every night, 9:30, 10:30, no matter what time it is. Me and my trainer go in there every night, get a lot of shots up. Sometimes we may go too hard, but it's no such thing.
Hey, we lie.
Hey, we lie. Say what's up. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to the playoffs.
Like that, yeah.
Some LA people in here.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Y'all done?
Yeah, they done. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Patrick Beverly and Anthony Edwards are enjoying
Right on.
their moment.
Wow.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Cooper?
They won.
Yeah, Timberwolves Daily is in the building.
All right, yeah, got a couple people over. Don't have a ton of time, but I just had to say, boys, they won.
Fellas.
They did. They did.
Oh my
I can't
God.
believe it. I was at the game. I'm still on cloud 9 watching these videos. I could do it all night. I'm going to be watching videos all night.
Look at this fucking scrub picking the Clippers.
You're right.
What the
That's
hell,
what I'm thinking,
man?
Like we had
Take
it
a
all the
lap.
way.
Take a lap.
Get out of here.
Reverse
Me and Ashwin got it
psychology.
the rest of the
It's our
way,
show
bro.
now.
Don't worry, me and Ashwin got it.
Hey,
But
well,
no, it's great. I mean, I was gonna say, how was the atmosphere? You probably said it already, but how was it there, man?
it was insane, and I knew it would be. I mean, the reason I was so adamant in going to these games is, when I was living in Seattle, I watched Game 3 of the Houston Rockets Timberwolves series, and that was, I mean, if you listen to the clips from the beginning of that game when we were making buckets, it sounds exactly like the playoffs were for the 2004 Wolves. It's electric. People are standing after we make the first bucket. We stood for literally almost the first entire quarter. With all the defense, all the ant shots. I mean, I'm amazed that I have a voice right now because I was screaming. I was screaming at the game. And I'm somebody that never makes noise at games regular season. So
You're the guy D'Lo's talking about in his post games, man. Quiet ass fan, yeah.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, it's
Man.
crazy. How did it feel for you?
Dude, unreal. Like I got a couple guys over. It's good. It's great. We were, going crazy. Because when it's games like this, I'll get up. I'm not the loudest guy either, but man, even in my own living room, I'm going crazy. Ashwin, how you doing, man? You were screaming at your TV as well?
Every play, man. Every play. I was screaming at the refs. I was screaming all sorts of nonsense. I'm just here by myself in Seattle, and I'm sure you guys could have heard me. I was there's a golf range right next to me, and people were like mid-swing being like, "Shut up!"
Well, the wind knocked out my power for a little bit. That might have just been your
Oh my
voice,
God.
That might have just been your voice carrying over.
Oh
but,
yeah, totally.
But it was actually rough. Like from about 9 to the 7:30 mark in the fourth quarter, we had no power. Like it was rough. I thought it was over, man. I didn't think I'd be able to go live or anything. But
Fun fact.
Damn Ed Malloy, man, getting away with murder.
Ed Malloy, bro. I'm
Power,
sorry,
too.
but ugh.
I actually, at a point, so we had severe weather. We were actually in a severe thunderstorm warning during the game. I thought at a point, I was like, oh my gosh, if there's a tornado and they have to like evacuate somehow, this is going to be a nightmare. Like, there's so many people here. I mean, it's obviously a sellout, but I just, it was nerve wracking for a second. But we made it.
Yeah. Well, fellas, my Wi-Fi is being weird. It says am I cutting out on your end?
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, still, anyways, I'm going to head out, but I just wanted to stop in to say.
Okay, now you cut out.
I love that. I love what you're about to
most
say.
Wolves
It's so great.
Most fun Wolves games.
Well, you cut out now.
I know. I
But
look
it was
pretty
good
I'm
to
sorry,
see
thanks.
you. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Timberwolves Daily. Check them
Yes.
out on YouTube.
Congrats, Scoops.
Congrats.
7-game series coming up. Let's go.
Let's
See you
go.
guys
Did you
later.
feel validated to do this shit every day?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All three of us, we get it. Like we do it every
Oh my God,
game.
yes. Honestly, like I was thinking. I know I just said I was gonna leave, but I was thinking like if this was another fucking 23 win season, I don't know if I would have been able to go
Me
live
and Ashton
after
had-
every single game. Like you guys did a lot.
conversations.
Yeah, like
We were like, yeah, if this is it, like we'll probably just wait until the Seattle Supersonics come back in like 10 years or something. But choose a different sport,
Oh my God. Well, chat. Shout out to all of you. Everyone, like, subscribe. These guys deserve it. So I'll see you guys later.
Appreciate
Love
it.
you.
Yeah.
Go
Good
Wolves.
night. See you
Yes, sir.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Or
All right,
some
see you
in
around.
between crap.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Everyday
All right.
content.
Hey, I'm down. You'll just hit me up. See you
We
later.
will.
All right.
Peace. All
Well,
right.
yeah. Thanks for joining us, Cooper. Timberwolves Daily. Go find them on YouTube, Twitter. He talks about Twins stuff on Twins Territory, whatever the show is. I have baseball muted, so sorry.
The word baseball muted on Twitter.
Yeah.
Baseball,
absolutely.
home run, Buxton,
Correa.
you know, all of it.
Discord tier list is up, by the way. I want to say two things.
Yes.
One, shout out to you, Cameron, for sticking through this. This has been an awesome season, but last year was abysmal.
Oh, yeah.
And we still did it. And then shout out to you. You. There it is.
Yes, you.
The community,
Shout
the
out.
Discord is awesome. It's popping. I had such a good time sharing this game with others and kind of laughing, crying at the same time about small things. And I was behind on my broadcast, and a couple people were on live, and they were giving me some, some hits of ecstasy. Ant made that three. Ant made that three. Ant goes to the line, makes both 2 free throws. I'm like 30 seconds to 2 minutes behind. I'm like, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome to have that therapy, that sweet therapy while I'm watching this game. Like, I'm watching this game with you guys. And also, they shared their wares, man. I don't know if you could see and scroll up in the Timberwolves chat, but there were so many people sharing their jerseys and their families, and that was really cool to have that in Discord.
Yeah, just crazy. I'm the highest I've ever been as a Timberwolves fan. No doubt. There's just no doubt. I've never been happier as a Timberwolves fan. And Maddie finally got to go to a good game. See a win. One of the best games of Timberwolves history.
Must have been fun.
But, okay, we've got demands. People want to do the tier list. Graham says do
What's
the
up,
tier
Jelson?
list. I'm down. Let's do the tier list.
Let's do tier list. I'm sorry. I'm so behind.
That's okay.
I'm probably like 20 minutes behind on the chats. I am. Let's go. Stop talking, Ashwin.
I've got Red Panda's music stuck in my head.
Apparently she dropped a plate.
She actually did earlier this season too. I think she needs to retire. But yes. Oh, and JBX, don't apologize. You've gone above and beyond. So has the big boy with the over-under. I mean, everybody in the Discord.
Much love to you all.
Insane.
1,000 Eyes 85. Welcome.
Yes. And like we were saying, I'm yelling again, but if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do this after every game, and we're going to be celebrating hopefully many more here to come in these playoffs. So please join us. And the Discord. The Discord's super fun. So, all right. Well, I think it's time for the tier list. Do you you have the over-under pulled up?
Yeah, I'm trying to do a couple things at once. I'm still behind on these comments, so I feel like these are based on the these are all based on the video that we were watching together. Let me just stop the comments for a second. And then I got the over-unders. The over and undies. Cameron, you and the big boy won tonight. Cat under 40 minutes. Ant over 23.5 points with 30. D'Lo under 7.5 assists with 6. Who cares? He popped off tonight. PB with over on this was a hilarious line. 0.5 techs. You definitely got one. For some of the silliest crap I've ever seen. Wolves rotation over 9.5 players used. Lull 10 with Josh Okogie for 9 seconds. For 1 play, 1 foul. And then Paul George went under 43%, which is like averages with 41, which is pretty typical for Paul George, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Wolves defense. Oh, this was a bigger over-under than I thought.
Yep. He did a big Kit Kat size, whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Wolves defense over 14.5 turnovers. We forced 17. We won so many battles tonight. I can't wait to talk about them.
Yeah. I know. And let's get into it. First, I think we should just get it out of the way. Let's do Towns real quick. I don't want to talk about him last. I just want to get it out of the way. Karl Anthony Towns, He had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 of 11 shooting, 6 fouls, team low, -14. Obviously, a very, very bad game. I hate to say it, but I am leaning Juancho.
I have no grade other than if there was another grade, we would probably grade him that. I thought it was embarrassing. I thought the fact that he was showing little to no emotion off the court, like he's a fucking baby, and the fact that he was bitching and whining on cadence, on point, every fucking play.
Yeah.
He got himself out of the game, and he never came back.
Yeah.
And the times when he did, it was a trap. It was to get him overconfident, to get him over-aggressive, to get him in the foul trouble again. It was so obvious. That 6th foul has got to be like stinging in his brain. He's got to be sleepless tonight, rewatching this game, shooting up shots, getting his shot back, because Saturday is going to be coming in not even 48 hours. It feels like it's going to be 48 hours from now.
Yeah, the problem is that I don't think he views that any of the fouls that he committed tonight as like, wow, I really have to think. I think he views it as I got 6 bad foul calls tonight.
That's what he thinks.
And then that's what everybody around him is going to say. That's what his whole group that he has, the people that he surrounds himself with, they say those things. So I hope that the national, as much as I hate the national media shitting on us, I don't care. But maybe Towns cares about it. Maybe he cares enough to kind of see a different perspective, because it clearly Finchy isn't fixing that. Ant isn't fixing that. Pat Bev isn't fixing that. Nobody is. So I hope so. And obviously I hope he comes into the Memphis series looking fantastic, but
do you remember games 4 through 7? Cat just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he did. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was the beginning
Never
of
saw it again.
It was the beginning of a new Cat, because after that, he the fouls did come back a little bit of complaining came back after that, but he then just became this person that was like taking over games, making plays. I get it's regular season, but still, he had never really done that, and he was doing it in like the right way. Then the last part of the season, just downhill, just terrible. So it's Juancho. Cough, cough, Chucky. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Juancho for Towns. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. So next up, let's do Jalen Noel, just get him out of the way too. Jalen. So Jalen had where is he here? 3 points, 2 assists, and a steal. He was 1 of 2 shooting. He got to the line. Of course, went 1 for 2, like everybody basically did. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at our free throws right now and I'm vomiting. But
wow.
Okay minutes from Jalen Noel. Didn't have that many though. I don't know. I guess for what I expect out of him in a playoff game, play-in game, probably a C.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry. Like, he came in for 8 or 9 minutes, and I think it was found gold, that first shot, and that's all we really needed out of him. Like, honestly, just to spell minutes for D'Lo, to give Ant a rest. I mean, he played 38 minutes. That's something that he's not accustomed to doing necessarily every game. So Jalen, you were probably even on the fence of even playing tonight, but based on size and based on what we were in the first quarter, I'm glad that we saw a little bit out of you.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Next up, let's do Nas.
Sorry, I'm trying to do comments at the same time.
That's okay. Nas Reed, and you don't have to do every single comment, just FYI. You can do some. You don't have to do them all. But okay. Where am I going? Nas Reed, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and assists, 3 of 7 from the field. He hit a 3 in this game, which the crowd went crazy for. He was 1 of 4 from the line. He was a team high plus 17. Plus 17.
The most important stat is 21 minutes, spelling Karl Anthony Towns' demise.
Yeah.
And guess how many fouls he had?
I don't even know. Oh my gosh, he had none. It's crazy. It's crazy how it looked like he could be at center tonight.
He completely outplayed his typical role of production. It's an A for me because while we love scoring, The playoffs are a different animal. This was a play-in, a slightly less than animal than a playoff atmosphere. This is your first taste at postseason success. And he made a three. He had that insane putback lay-in. He was all over the court defensively. In my opinion, one of his best games in the Timberwolves uniform. And he saved us because, we would have had to play Greg Monroe. And we don't know who the fuck he is. Like, it's awesome to see the idea of Greg Monroe is awesome, but like game 83, we put him in for 10 minutes. That's going to be 10 minutes of like, we don't even know what the hell's going on. Yeah. So play with what we have. Naz Reid has been there since day one, and unbelievable effort. And he was rebounding like a machine. He was boxing out the way that he needs to. 0 fouls. Holy shit.
It's just, it's mind blowing. I can't get over it. It's definitely an A-tier game for him, and it's like an A+ tier. I mean, obviously there was no like insanely unforgettable moments. I mean, I will not forget them, but like, it's just amazing.
Hey, can you do something really quick? Can you change Cat to Glenn Taylor? Moving on.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what Jelson said. I'm okay with that because this is what we expected, and this is what we got. So, all right,
we won despite Cat, man.
Oh yeah,
we won despite him. He came in the fourth with like 9:30. He left with like 7:40 left. He was in there for 2 minutes. He couldn't even survive 2 minutes.
And the little bit,
and it was an offensive foul, like a piece of shit.
And the little bit of offense that he was able to provide didn't matter much.
Didn't matter.
And also his misses were so Juancho minus Juancho level. Like they were taking away from the team. You could tell he just wanted a part of that crowd. He wanted to be a part of the validation. And last thing I'll say on Cat, it drives me crazy to see him. I understand this was a bad game for him, but the Timberwolves just won. You have to be a little bit more excited. You can't be so down because that shows me that you only care about your personal stats. We just won. We're in the playoffs now. This is phenomenal. I don't know. That drove me crazy. Of course, it makes me see him. It's sad to see him go over to his dad after the game and get emotional and stuff like that.
Oh, that was so sad. I'm sorry.
It is sad. I know.
I'm moving on.
Yeah, it's whatever. Jaden McDaniels, 6 points, 3 rebounds. This is kind of like the typical Jaden game that we had last year. 6 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 2 of 6 shooting, hit a 3. He did have 5 fouls, but I like the amount of effort, the amount of hustle, the amount of defense he played was invaluable. This is such a good. I love this game from Jaden. I'm probably gonna go with a B, maybe an A.
I'm sorry, Jaden?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that sensational buzzer beater 3 at the end of the first quarter was what we needed to inject a little life in us because we were down, almost not even out, but we were down for sure. His defense on Paul George was awesome. Yeah. Although there was some insane, like almost offensive fouls, those elbows that Cat was getting, called for. Paul George was doing like tenfold and getting away with it. And even though he popped off in the third, Jaden with his spell minutes did a number on Paul George. Paul George, 10 for 24. Like, fuck off, dude. Yeah. You're going to need to get 50 to beat us, honestly. Like, the others the way that you were playing Paul George was pressing up on him and giving him no quarter. And he was still getting a couple of shots here and there from 2, and then he popped off in the third for 3, in the third with a bunch of 3s. That's Paul George. The fact that you were able to still contain him, not foul out, and be able to get some big boy rebounds, fucking awesome. I'm so happy about what we saw out of him. A B is probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the great one. Welcome back, the great one. A. Don't forget he got mentioned. He got pushed off by PG 10 plus times.
Oh my god.
B.
Oh, and he came back from that fucking injury. Like it looked bad. Like he.
Oh, I know. I saw that, and I was like, I had flashbacks to Ricky Rubio. I was like, oh,
I was emotional for him. Yeah, dude, totally, right?
I was so scared.
And the fact that maybe you come back a little bit early on your injury, and then you re-aggravate it, and then it's like a guy like Jaden could take years off his career because he's so skinny.
Yeah. And on top of it all, he didn't complain. Now, I will say there was one time where he got away with the most Jaden thing ever. He very very lightly lifted his hand up from his side, and he did a little like wave at the ref, like, that's bullshit. But that was it. That was the only thing he complained about. His defense on PJ was amazing. Give him an A, please, bro. We're getting a lot of A's in the chat.
Chipotle is life 23. Welcome.
Yes.
Join us on Discord if you haven't already.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen Chipotle around, at least on the YouTube. I can't remember on Discord. But,
sweet. That's awesome.
Jaden, well, you know what? Good vibes. He's an A. He's an A
Good
tonight.
vibes. Let's go.
Next up, Malik Beasley, 12 points, 6 rebounds, a block, 4 of 8 shooting. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. Only 1 personal foul and only 1 turnover. Crazy. Like this, I guess not crazy. I'm still just vomiting after the game. But you know, this, I was really hoping for kind of like a big Malik Beasley night. I think the crowd was too. The crowd was like ready for anytime Beasley was taking a 3. They knew it. They were like standing up, getting ready. He had a couple. It wasn't like an insane 3-point shooting night for him, but it was just crucial. You know, everybody had to step up when Towns was out, and everybody did. Defensively, I know Malik isn't our best defender, but like everybody was at 150% defensively tonight.
Totally.
And he is another great performance from another bench player.
Yeah, we were stifled on offense for the first, after the first initial burst from Ant and a little bit of D'Lo, or no, a little bit of Cat or whatever. Beverly, sorry, that 3 or whatever he had. Beasley comes in with the 2. Beasley comes in with the 3, and we're back. It's like we're back. We're within striking distance. Jaden hits a 3. We're back. We're even taking a lead. And it's these little moments of like a punch that they're not expecting, they're not gaming, they're not planning for, that Beasley can provide. That end of the third quarter 3 was insane. That transition that looked like a potential turnover, Ant recovered, gave it to Beasley for that 3, was unbelievable. It's like securing our win right then and there. Beasley is, as a few people have put it, like going to help win us games just by being out there. Yeah, he might be a sieve defensively. He might be a turnstile defensively, but he is bringing it. His rebounding like acumen tonight was on point. It looked like I was looking at a Jared Vando out there.
Yeah, that's true. It did
crazy.
kind of remind you of that.
And he had this insane play, this one-on-one play where he swapped the ball out of bounds, and it looked like it was just going to be dunked on him.
Yeah.
His minutes are earned, man. His minutes are earned, and I welcome back to the team. You know, like the fact that he was the first half of the first half of the season, he was a little beside himself, and we didn't really know what to do with him. And should we play him? Should we start him? Should we do anything with him? You know. But you got to trust, the shooters are going to shoot. The shooters are going to get into the rhythm, and he's peaking at the best time right now. Yeah, maybe his stats don't look the best, but 12 points is 12 points. That's found gold right now in a game or in a playoff situation. You want to ride your starters out to the end. He was basically our starter.
I guess I'm leaning towards I'm trying to not give everybody an A or A1 tonight. I feel like I need to have some amount of self-control tonight. But
fuck that, dude.
I don't know.
Loose.
What is he? What is he then?
He's an A.
He's an A.
6 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 of 7 threes. We won by like a Beasley amount, honestly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just another, like I said, another great bench performance. On to the starters who showed up tonight. Jared Vanderbilt, only 3 points, but 10 rebounds. He hit 1 of 2 free throws, only had 1 personal foul, had plenty of defense tonight, and we had a good Vando game, a pretty good Vando game.
Well, he had that one awesome dunk. That was great. 10 rebounds was enough to secure him at least a B. But I didn't see enough out of him. But also, I felt like it was hard for us to get him the ball. We weren't moving the ball really at all. We're probably at a season low 19 assists tonight. We were barely moving the ball. It was all ISO shit. It was all like finding the scores and rhythm and not like getting proper, offensive flow out of any of it. So Vando was kind of a culprit of, are we making shots, missing shots? Can he get a rebound? He's not getting rebounds because he's getting boxed out or he's late to all that, all the ricochets or whatever. And then we're not finding him. We're not finding him in those dunker spots. That's usually Cat or that's usually another, type of like Jordan McLaughlin or something like that. So, yeah, he did what he was able to do with the minutes he was given. I didn't really see a whole lot of him in the second half, honestly, until the end of the game. And it was great to see him kind of spell minutes for Jaden McDaniels in that moment where he was injured. Vando came back, put a good minute or two on Paul George, and then McDaniels was back. It was great. B for me.
Yeah, I think B for me as well. This was a good, solid game. Obviously, he had lots of defenders that he had to take, or he had a lot of defense that he had to do. But yeah, this is just a good Vando game. Next up, Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly, he played 32 minutes, had 7 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block. He was only 2 of 8 shooting. Didn't feel like that, honestly, but he was only 2 of 8 shooting, had 3 personal fouls, and he did have a technical. But Pat Beverly, the engine of our team, the leader, he carried this team tonight. I know offensively it wasn't necessarily that, but like he's out there getting rebounds. He's out there dishing it out to Ant for ISO. Like he's just so crucial to our team. We don't win this game without any of these players that I'm about to mention. Patrick Beverly is just crucial to our team, and he can never leave now.
It's an A1, baby, from us. To quote the great Damon Laukala. I hope I got your name correct.
A1.
Everywhere on the court tonight. In the first few minutes, I didn't really know what his role was, but he got into foul trouble, and it was a little discouraging to say the least.
Yeah.
But we didn't have Torian Prince. We didn't have anyone else out there. We couldn't sulk. We couldn't rest on anyone else. It had to be Pat Bev. It had to be Ant. It had to be D'Lo. Some of the best players on the court tonight were those 3 players, and it was awesome because we had Paul George on the other side. We had all those other players that could just pop off at any given moment. And Beverly neutered the fuck out of them. No one else popped off for LA. Reggie Jackson was a shit show. He had nothing to do with this game. He looked like a shell of himself. He had a couple awesome drives. He had a couple threes that was sweet, but that's expected. Actually, there's more than that in his game. And in a weird way, I'm kind of rooting for the Clippers to get a first-round matchup with Phoenix because I think that'll be a fun matchup.
I think it would be
dent up Phoenix just a little bit. That'll be great.
There was a fan in our section at the game that was it was a Clippers fan, and he was after the game very drunk, but he was fist bumping everybody on their way out, saying, "Go beat Memphis, go beat Memphis." And I go up to him and I was like, "Go beat Phoenix, because you probably can." And I hope they do because I think obviously we've shown that we can beat the Clippers. God, this is just such a satisfying win in so many ways because we have you think of this. I'm gonna mute you for a second because I can hear myself. It's Pat Bev's game against the Clippers. We lost to the Clippers 3 times this year, given it was in the early part of the season. But it's just so satisfying in every way. Pat Bev, A1, no doubt.
Yeah, sorry, I muted or I turned down my volume there just a minute.
You're good.
Culture changer, culture shifter. He came here. He said he's going to impact winning, doubled our win total. We're going to get into the playoffs. Vegas odds on up say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, the Vegas odds
maybe the talent. Maybe the talent's here. But man, talent alone doesn't do shit. Finch and Beverly an extension of Finch. Beverly with Finch since early days, and they've had this camaraderie. They've built the culture together, and they're going to reinstate that here, and they've pushed it. And maybe others haven't seen it, but who cares? As a first, nationally televised game, you saw a little bit of that. We needed this game so badly. You saw the emotion out of him when he won this versus his former team, versus the team that didn't consider him part of the future of that roster, the championship pedigree roster. Because holy shit, that's what's going to happen next year. Is that team's going to the Western Conference Finals, guaranteed on lock.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're stacked, which is what makes this win, even without Kawhi, that much more impressive. To answer a quick question in chat Jelson, I'm not gonna lie. I actually think I saw you walk into my section. I was in section 205. I wasn't sure though, and the game was just about to start, so I was like, I think you were in 205 behind me, but I obviously was preoccupied. But it's funny you say that. Now that I was like, I think that might be Jelson. But yeah, crazy. There was a Clippers fan in my section. He was too loud after every bucket. The guy in ours was not that bad actually. I was actually okay with it, but apparently he got punched in the face or something. But yeah. All right. Next up, on to D'Lo. Let's see, I lost his stats. D'Lo had 29 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 10 of 18 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 of 8 from the line. Our best free throw shooter, basically. And 4 personal fouls. Weird for D'Lo. But the whole game was just a foul fest. It was insane. Plus 12. I don't think we really need to talk about it. I mean, we'll talk about it, but it's an A1. This is an A1 game from D'Lo. He shows up when it matters, hits clutch shots. I mean, he owned this game in the same ways that Ant did. We'll get to Ant in a second, but like he just so many clutch baskets after such a bad stretch of games for him. I mean, he has had terrible games for almost a month now.
And he was cold. Like he hadn't played for 3 games.
Yeah. But he came back in. He did look terrible, like we said, right off the bat.
Yep.
But beyond that, he got subbed out, came back in at the end of the first quarter, game over. He locked in. It was insane. Yeah, everybody's saying A1 in the chats. It's the D'Lo performance you hope for going into a season when you've traded for D'Lo. You know, this is what you want. You think of the 76ers game, one of our game 7s this year. You know, like he just shows up when it matters. He hits shots when it matters. When he hit that go-ahead 3 in the fourth quarter, when it was 95-97 or something like that, I don't even remember. 94-95.
God. Transition 3.
Transition 3, he pulled up. I was like, no. And he splashes it home like it was Steph Curry. Like it was unbelievable moment. I can't believe I was at this game. I cannot believe I was at this game. A1. It's obviously an A1. Thank you, D'Lo.
Honestly, that's thank you, D'Lo. Like that Philly game, thank you, D'Lo. This had that same kind of feeling, only just that much more potent because this mattered so much more because we were still kind of finding ourselves in that game. And that was a game that we wanted so desperately, but we didn't really know Torian Prince could just, you know, come in out of the shadows, you know? We were relying so heavily on Cat and Ant. And, man, Cat, like, deliberately almost lost us this game. This game.
Seriously.
D'Lo was like, fuck your rah-rah, here I come. Those first few minutes were embarrassing. I was so disappointed. He had no lift. He tried to do a layup in a really sweet play, got blocked, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't believe you just tried this.
Mm-hmm.
He should have gone behind the rim, you know? Like it just seems so obvious, but he just didn't have it. There was this jump assist that he did and then didn't do, and it was a turnover, and that was one of our 11 turnovers. He had like no turnovers this game. That first stint, he got benched, he got pulled, relaxed, reassessed, and came back and killed it. That second quarter, he was unstoppable. They had to call several timeouts just to like stop him.
Yeah, yep.
I was worried at halftime that he would have to like refine himself, and he didn't stop. 18 shots, too few. He needed to completely take over this game and just bulldoze over the Clippers. But it was hard to find him all the time in offense. And yeah, Clippers, shout out to the Clippers and how they were able to defend him at times. But unbelievable, unpredictable is D'Lo. But man, when he comes in, he's so composed. As JJ says, he's so complete as a player. He knows exactly where he needs to be in his spots and where he could potentially take over.
Yeah.
He probably has this like backseat mentality with this team where he's running the team, of course, but like with Cat and Ant and all these other players that need their shots, he's probably third fiddle, sometimes fourth option.
Yeah. No, he is.
To now have it in his hands to take over must feel fucking good. And he probably took it and was like, yeah, this is my game. I haven't seen the confidence from him in such a long time. Coming at the right time, man. Dude, it was impressive as hell. And this needs to like propagate to Memphis, and we need to just take game one right now, like right by the horns, because D'Lo looks so good. His on-ball defense was awesome. He got called for fouls that weren't fouls. They were clearly not fouls. He was standing straight up. Marcus Morris falls, flops, whatever. I don't care. Paul George leans in, doesn't matter. Those fouls weren't fouls. He was playing so solid on defense, and that was our ticket to like another wrinkle to this game. Was D'Lo? Would D'Lo come back to form defensively?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he wasn't yelling the way that he was in the beginning of the season, but man, the way that I was seeing him rotate, the way that I was seeing him press up the hedge on those pick and rolls, man, incredible stuff from D'Lo. A1, second best player on the court tonight.
Second best player is true. Pat Bev, breaking news tweet. We celebrating because Minnesota deserves this. A lot of pain the last couple of years. Try decades. Be happy for us. Yes.
There was a tweet by Keysang, an awesome Wolves Twitter follow. Please go follow him. Missed the playoffs for over a decade straight, made it tonight. Got dogged for trading D'Lo, he brought it tonight. Got dogged for hiring Finch. He outcoached Lou tonight, apparently. Actually, he did. I will talk about that in a second. Had Jimmy tell the country they wouldn't win. We won tonight. We deserve to celebrate. The end.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, we deserve it. I don't know what I think. I think a lot of these national media, especially, they're just so used to using the Timberwolves team as a punching bag for the season, where they can kind of build back their, like, if they're going through a rough streak, like, oh, we're going to go to the Timberwolves and beat them, and, like, it's going to feel so good, whatever. It's just like it's a pattern of, like, oh, yeah, I'm able to just take advantage of this whenever I feel like it, So for us to celebrate now, I get it. To some extent, I understand the, like, wow, you act like you've been there before mentality. But at the same time, like, this isn't like, oh, we had a couple bad years. Like, we've had decades. And who here actually enjoyed the Jimmy Butler year? I did not. I did not have fun.
It was probably the worst year out of all of them.
The only game I enjoyed was game 3, where we won in the 7-game series against the Rockets. That was fun. That was the only fun I had. And that was nowhere near the fun I had tonight. It's just insane. Of course, we're going to act like this is our World Series. This is our NBA Finals. This is our Game 7. Because we're never in this situation. So, yeah, Pat Bev says, be happy for us. I don't care if people are happy for us, but stop shitting on us. This is a moment for the Timberwolves. This is a moment for Minnesota. And all this does is fuel my love for the Timberwolves more and make them want to just shut everybody up and win. Like, if we start winning now, then people are going to be like, wait, maybe I need to join the good vibes. Sorry, it's too late. But sure, you can tag along. But yeah, I'm on cloud 9. Speaking of cloud 9, somebody else who's probably on cloud 9, Anthony Edwards. 37 minutes, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 21 shooting, 5 of 11 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. He also had 4 personal fouls.
Who cares?
But the biggest game in Ant's career, and he shows up for 30 against a tremendous team in the Clippers. He shows up. He is 20 years old. By the way, he can't even drink if we win the NBA Finals this year. He is that young to the point where he is showing up in these games. People were scared to guard him. He's getting dunks, at the end of the game. He's stepping back for 3. He almost hits this crazy behind the back crossover that would have, we would all lost our minds. And to spoil it, he's an A1, obviously. He's an A1.
Incredible game of his career. And lights shine brightest, and he shows up. What does Kat always say? Superstars show up in the biggest games, huh? I guess we have a superstar on our hands in a A1 from day one in Anthony Edwards. I think the way that he took over the game in the beginning gave us like a moment to just reflect and say, hey, yeah, we're here in a very thick atmosphere. It's gonna be a dogfight, he's with us. Like, he's not going to back off tonight. We were worried about like what kind of Ant is going to show up.
Yep.
A couple of shots go in and he's gunning for the races. Man, 30 points is maybe 15 unexpected points for me personally. Just like I wasn't expecting that. The fact that on the biggest stage, TNT gets to see him, the world gets to see him. And yeah, Ant, second-year player, there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some flaws to his game that are going to be exposed or undiscovered. He is so resoundingly sound defensively already. He's guarding Marcus Morris, and he's able to do that.
Yeah.
Sure, Marcus Morris gets a couple shots, but he doesn't pop off. They're not going to Marcus Morris because who's guarding him? Ant. It's crazy. I also feel that we need to give more like runway to players. We need to give more rope to have them kind of learn through their mistakes and figure things out. And he got injured the first time in probably his whole career.
Yeah.
And we were worried about him. We were worried, sick. And honestly, it's because of our futures at stake with what we're maybe even playing with fire with. Like his ankles, his knees. Like, what are we doing here? He got healthy. He goes off for 49. And he's staying afloat, man. Cloud 9 is right. He's as excited as anyone here in Minnesota. I've been a fan for 33 years. I haven't seen a player like Anthony Edwards in my lifetime. And I'm saying that knowing who I'm rooting against, like in LeBron's and Kobe's and things like that. I have not seen a player like Anthony Edwards. And it's going to be insane following his career, man. It's going to be unbelievable. And we are fucking gifted. We are blessed to have him on our team. It comes once in a millennium. Like Kevin Garnett only comes once in 20 years.
Yeah.
Anthony never comes to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Second-year player. We're killing it with him. We're facing off against Ja Morant and Memphis Grizzlies. Young Bucks versus Young Bucks. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. And you know why it's going to be awesome? Because I think we're going to be unexpectedly at some serious advantages.
Yeah.
With Anthony Edwards at the helm.
I agree. I'm just on cloud 9 right now. I can't can't believe we're having these conversations.
Dude,
right
that dunk was insane. That dunk where he just saw the lane and he just
I need to see a replay of that because I don't think I have it. I wonder if I can try to pull it up, but
let's just try to find some Ant highlights. Let's watch Ant highlights, dude.
Yeah, we could. Last time I did watch highlights, it did ban us.
It's flush with A's.
But let's see here. Let's see.
When Reggie said Edwards was too small, holy fuck, that was so funny.
What?
Reggie Miller is dog shit. He had a couple solid comments about like Paul George pushing off and getting away with it, and a couple other things about inexperience and whatever. That's fine. That's what it is. But Reggie said Edwards was too small in this game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up something different.
Yeah.
Let me remove this. Sorry. Let's do stop, share. Okay. Here we go.
Front row seat to the Ant Show. I love that. That was so awesome. Yeah, dude.
Saturday at 2:30. Saturday 2:30. ESPN. Saturday 2:30 ESPN, man. Get it. Hey, I swear to God, I love this right here, man. Nigga said today is your show, young fella. It's your show, young fella. Come on, man. My vet. Come on, man.
You're holding each other. That's so awesome.
Best advice in the world, man. Come on, man. Saturday.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm just too happy right now.
Live. He had an Instagram live that was pretty awesome as well.
Gosh.
That was one of them, I'm sure, but there was another one that was really good.
Yeah.
Go find Ant highlights. Let's just watch this shit. I don't care.
Yeah. Sorry if we get banned. That's why. Let's see. Where is Ant? There he is. 2 minutes might not get us rocked.
Written that we were going to get blown out.
If we do
get Malloy and Scott Foster.
Yeah.
And Minnesota goes with Edwards. Second-year player, a high flyer off the glass and in for two. absolute straight tall order trying to guard Morris, especially in that post area.
It's Edwards who got it from Towns. We went back on the floor, late March. Edwards 3.
What a start. What a start for Anthony Edwards.
Covington on him.
Zone here by the Clippers. Side out.
It's Beasley on the run.
A rare two-pointer.
Star who went to LSU and is now in the NBA, and 8.5 to play in the half with the Timberwolves. Down by 7. And now Minnesota blazes the other way, and here is Edwards. Three trying to set a screen. Here's a three.
Look at this.
He's got 3 of them. 3 threes by Anthony Edwards. Minnesota, and Pat Beverly has come back in with the 3 fouls.
Be careful if you're him.
It's Edwards weaving, driving, crashing, scoring. Chance points. Edwards. It's Beverly 3. Hit the side of the backboard. Towns vacuums it in. It's Edwards at 3 and good. Clock running down. It's snared by McDaniels. Here comes Edwards, but Batum in the way. Diving at it, man. 3. Beasley.
I think we won the game right there.
George had 17 in the third. Here's Edwards. Sees an open door. Drives inside. Ramrodding his way.
Giving it right back
For 2.
Paul George.
The way
I love
up
that
by
shit.
2 and approaching 4 to play. The winner secures a playoff slot and a date with Memphis. Edwards, hold on.
Oh my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Look at this. No one comes up to guard him. The Ant-Man. 16-2 Minnesota run. Dribble penetration. So many white jerseys around him.
Edwards thinking 3 and popping a 3.
Stupid. I unmuted you and then you muted yourself and I unmuted you again.
It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Let's go D'Lo highlights.
Yeah, let's see. Let me go back here. D'Lo. Where are you, D'Lo? I guess I could have done both of them. That would have probably been better. But let's see here.
I'd be down to watch them again.
Cat falls out. What is this picture?
There's a short. You want to watch the short? Nah, I don't care.
It's happening.
Down 4 threes. Missing there. Big time rebound by the tumbling George. And there goes
Carl
another foul on
What a
Towns.
dumbass. You're not getting the board ever on that play.
Number 6.
I'm done talking about him.
And that's his 4.
Oops. I just clicked a million things. Okay. Let's see. D'Lo.
I'm gonna have to actually search for it.
Well, I have House of Highlights, but okay, we'll just do that. D'Angelo Russell.
God. Dude, that play where he pushed, he didn't even push. He just ran right through Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me, man.
Let's do.
Oh yeah, next week. Look at this.
What?
JJ Gray for the comment of the night, man.
What is it? Next town light. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's find those real quick.
Here it is. This is probably good.
Here we go.
Build a new one tonight. Not a lot of playoff experience on this team. Cat and D'Angelo Russell, on the other hand, have 1 playoff series under their belt. The Cat said it's simple. Be ourselves. We play our best. Nobody in this league can stop us.
And gets the deuce, and he just gives the Clippers their biggest lead. Now at 9. Long shot. 3. Cord. At the buzzer. McDaniels. Pure. And then here they go with the buzzer-beating 3 by only a 32% three-point shooter in Jaden McDaniels.
How do you keep your composure?
Damn, they didn't need to shit on Jaden like that.
We love the energy, but we got to keep up composure.
I know, right?
We can't get technicals.
Sorry, the sound is quiet on this for some reason.
It's all good.
With the shot clock in single digits as they go around the horn, here is Russell and Covington there. And
All the layups, all the
floaters, those teardrops.
It was just killer.
And the Timberwolves, who are down by 9, can take a lead. D'Angelo Russell for that lead.
And with Covington on him, I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
Maneuvering well, Reggie getting the shot, fouled on the play by Covington, who had just come in. Towns on the bench with 4 fouls. Beverly with 3, both off. Fadeaway Russell. Got it!
Towns having 4 fouls. I just can't get over it. I just can't.
This offense has been needed.
4 fouls and it's not even
And
halftime.
Anthony Edwards, who's on the bench with 15. 1-4 flat here. And I like it.
I love this. He was calling his own number, man.
Yep.
Screen 3, Russell.
I don't think we've ever seen that all season, dude. Calling his own number.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it made me so hard, dude.
Top freshman in the country. 15-footer over George. His at 1 point in the first quarter.
The team was icing the knee while having him move it. They put his heel on a towel, and he did motions back and forth. He's currently doing rubber band work on the bench right now. The pain continued to lessen over time.
A 14-point second quarter from Russell. He had 7 in the third. Powell will watch him drive for 2. Jackson 3. Rebound by Malik Beasley.
Here it is.
Russell for the lead. At the shot clock at 7. The screen and the 2.
God, the crowd. I will never forget tonight. I'll just never forget it. It's just.
That would have been the dagger right there. Look at this shot here by
Like clockwork. Every possession, it was just you couldn't even hear like what they were saying on the broadcast.
This steal.
Oh
too.
my god.
This steal.
Just stealing it.
A 5-point lead was
Did you see that?
Bev doing?
Been doing that to Ant.
picked up by Beverly, and that's all she wrote. The Timberwolves are going to the paint.
Dude, Kevin Harlan saying that fucking
That's
rang
so
right
hype.
through.
That's so hype. Oh my gosh.
Do you remember when we started the season and we didn't have Patrick Beverly in the lineup and we were trying to do it with Beasley, we were trying to do it with others, or I think we had Jaden McDaniels in the 3. Some like kind of quirky lineups. The second we injected Patrick Beverly, we got some life. And man, just watching Beverly is just such a joy, dude.
It is. Man.
I haven't had a player to root for like that in such a long time.
Ay. Wow.
We're gonna be watching this game again.
I'm gonna go do that here shortly, even though God, it's already 2:00. But I guess we'll have some content coming up here in the next couple days. But like Memphis is coming up. We play Memphis on Saturday at 2:30, like Ant said.
Yeah, tomorrow we don't even celebrate. We have to game plan immediately.
Yep,
don't
game
take
plan.
days off right now.
No.
Cat has to sleep well tonight because the rest is on him. I don't know, man. I put this game on Cat. Like I wanted Cat to show up, man. It's the stage is right there for you to take over this league and say, hey, this is my team. This is my league. This is the new generation of a big, and how much impact I can have on the NBA. You are nothing but a jump shooter at this point. Until you get your jump shot back, until you get everything else back, Cat, you are just a jump shooter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is Ant's team. This is D'Lo's team. This needs to happen because if Cat is a third option, we are destined for greatness.
Yeah.
But with all that emphasis on Cat having the ball in his hands at all times, it's going to lead to unpredictability. It's going to lead into all sorts of like chaos. And I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling Cat as that first option anymore. I want Donovan Mitchell like nightly performances from Ant.
Yeah.
And the way he goes downhill, I want Ant to go downhill. And the way he can find spot up shooters, I think Ant can. And the way that D'Lo can kind of be a Mike Conley, crafty, pass-oriented playmaker, then we have that X factor in Cat. It has to be Cat, not D'Lo.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like. That's where I feel like he's going to bring it, man. And yeah, all that extra baggage tonight is just in between his ears, and it's a fucking nightly thing. It's been a full season long of drama within.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
It's great.
I'm so sick of talking about him.
As Gerald says, maybe he'll figure it out in his 8th year. And
But
yeah, go ahead.
I'm confident. I'm confident in him finding it. But like, what is it? Like, is it going to be the all NBA, all-star studded player, or is it going to be this like sporadic chaos?
Yeah.
sprinkle in with a couple of like just greatness, just like absolute greatness. I don't think losing weight has done anything for him. I don't think playing top heavy has done anything for him. Where he's all hands. He's all hands. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And Christian Rondo in the chat says someone needs to actually talk to Cat about this. I mean, we said this. He is being talked to. And unfortunately, I think that there's a lot of people that he surrounds himself with that are yes men. It's like, yeah, you're right. That wasn't a foul. That wasn't a foul. So he never learns. And we've even seen Pat Bev go up into him in the game and give him actual feedback. I just don't know how to heart he takes it. And maybe today is the turning point. I don't know. I mean, like, do Ashman and I believe that? Probably not. But like, maybe it is. I don't know. And I sure would welcome it. But obviously, just the history has shown, and like I see Headshot, you say like Cat carried the team here. You're not wrong. I mean, Cat obviously dominated a lot of this season. Not so much in the beginning, not so much at the end necessarily, but the middle, he did dominate. He won games for us, and he shut us up. He shut us up for a long time, which we were glad to do. But, we have been saying these things. We have been shouting warning signs with Cat for years. And it comes down to these important games like tonight where it shows. And it showed tonight. But yes, and Sixth Sense, yes, we are still live. But
hey, can you go into Discord and pop that video that I threw up there? It's just like what's been happening has been such an awesome thing that we've done for the past like month and a half or two. After every win, Reddit user RS Swanee adds an extra little thing to a Werewolves in London video. Let's see if we can get that on stream.
Yeah, is it copyright?
No.
Okay.
I sent you a link, right?
Yeah, I'm opening it.
It's
Sorry,
like
I have to stop and I have to share.
Streamable link.
It's opening. Woo.
What was that? What was that? Who was that?
What is that? I don't even know. Who? Okay. What is this? I have no idea. This has got to. I've never seen this before. I mean, I've seen this Awu video, but I've never seen this addition to the Awu.
No, this is the new one. This is the new one, and it looks like it is photoshopped with the Timberwolves logo on it. I don't know what that is. If anyone knows what that is, that'll be fucking awesome. I'm gonna look into it, but
yes,
that's hilarious as fuck.
That's amazing.
Also, I have a screenshot in Discord in our private chat.
Oh,
right above Dane's Q&A. What's your favorite type of cheese? He didn't answer me. There's a screenshot where I predicted something, and I want to talk about it before we go off.
You said there's a screenshot? I don't even. Oh, yeah,
the bracket.
Oh, the bracket. Yeah. I didn't do a bracket yet because I'm still waiting for the playing games to be done.
Cool. I think it's already over, and I don't think you can.
It says 9 out 9. Oh, maybe I don't know. Well, whatever. Let me do this. Let me share it real quick. Well, I'm still going to do one. Even if it's not as nice, I'm still going to do one because it's still...
Yeah, who cares? So it might be kind of blurry. But I had us winning. And I know it doesn't show that we were winning. But it was us beating the Clippers. Us facing Memphis. Denver beats Golden State because I don't really know the situation there.
Yeah.
And I think we can beat Denver.
Oh, yeah.
What are your fucking thoughts about us being in the Western Conference Finals? Yet... us being like, who the fuck do we have as our center?
Yeah.
Do you think that can happen?
Do I think we can beat Denver?
Do you think we can beat Memphis, then Denver, and then go to Phoenix?
I mean, my thoughts on Memphis. I'm super scared of Memphis, but But I mean, I don't think it's impossible we could beat Memphis. I think it's very possible. But if we beat Memphis, I'm positive we'd beat a Denver team. I'm positive in a 7-game series. And then if it's Golden State instead, I mean, it really depends on their situation. But like you said, but yeah, I mean, if it's Denver, I feel great. I feel amazing. We're gonna go to the conference finals if that happens. Like, that's insane.
I don't think Jamal Murray is coming back. I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is coming back. And if they do, I don't think they're going to put anything that they used to do out there on the court. And actually, like Paul George, they're going to rely too heavily on Paul George. I think they made a mistake. The Clippers made a mistake not running more for Marcus Morris. Anywho, Memphis. You're scared shitless of Memphis. I'm scared mostly of like Brandon Clark and Desmond Bane and Kyle Anderson.
Exactly.
But I'm not necessarily concerned. I'm not necessarily concerned about Ja Morant.
I'm not concerned about Ja, no. I know that he can make crazy momentum plays and dunks, and he's the exciting player, the one that they show off to everybody. But yeah, it's the players that you mentioned. It's Desmond Baines, it's the Kyle Andersons, it's the Brandon Clarks, it's the Tyus Jones, it's the DeAnthony Meltons. Like, these are players that, like, you can maybe laugh at the names, but they will kill us. And we will see that here in our upcoming 7-game series, which I'm just so happy to say that out loud. But like, we will see that. Now they're young, we're young, we're both pretty inexperienced. So this that's where that gives us maybe not an advantage, but it gives us a chance because they flew through the regular season with ease. But now it comes down to winning time. I'm always going to be a negative Nancy and say that I think Memphis would probably beat us, but no, I mean, I'm not ruling out that the Timberwolves couldn't beat this series. I think this is a great opportunity for us, as opposed to the Phoenix, where it's like I don't see us winning against Phoenix, maybe even being swept by Phoenix.
Yeah. Keys to me in the series is, of course, Karl Anthony Towns rebounding literally, but also rebounding from this last game. I think he won't be pressured as much as he was able to be uncomfortable in this game versus LA. I think Steven Adams is a handful, but I think he usually has Steven Adams' number. And then Jaren Jackson Jr., of course, he's awesome and whatever, and is a great support defense. One of the best like last line of defense bigs in the game right now. But I think we pull out their bigs from the paint, and I think Ant can have a free lane to the rim. I think Desmond Bane is going to be an X factor for them, but we have X factors in our own, and I think Beasley is going to come hot and ready. I don't know what that means. I think D'Lo has a newfound kind of like level of confidence, and he brings poise and composure that we're gonna lack. And I think Beverly on Ja Morant is going to be awesome. Just seeing that for 40 minutes, man, it's going to be incredible. We're going 4 games at minimum. We're going to have home games. You're going to those home games, I hope.
I am at least going to one.
And we're going to talk about all of that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'll fill out one of these too, and we'll have a little showdown of what we think will happen. Honestly, it probably won't be too different. I don't know, but man, what a day. I can't get over it. We are going to have a 7-game series. That to me is a win in its own.
It is. All, as Gerald said an hour and a half ago, candy. It's gravy.
Yeah. We now have the ability to get playoff series with this team as currently constructed, which will likely stay currently constructed. I mean, this game had so many implications because if we lose this and the play-in, we're probably looking at changing this team significantly. Maybe we run it back in the beginning of next season, but like we would have to be phenomenal to not kind of blow it up. Ant obviously had been struggling. I mean, he had a pretty good end of the season, but obviously he had 49 points. But it's just so much changes. The mindset changes. I hesitate in saying this, but like I almost don't care what happens at this point because this was a win. We won what we wanted. We accomplished what we needed to do, and now we have a building block. We have a building block into another season where it won't feel terrible to start the next season with the same roster because we succeeded. We're in the playoffs. Only 8 teams in the West do that. We beat it in a play-in game against a team that's better than us, probably. It's just good vibes. I'm so happy. Game 7, number 83.
52 wins is still in play, my friend. Memphis is supposed to beat us. And I think that's going to be like a chip on our shoulder.
Yeah.
And Beverly's going to call that shit out. And he's going to, get us game ready. Our coaching staff is going to do all sorts of things because they're going to have all sorts of time. For the first time this season, they're going to have time to work through things. And I think it's going to be an amazing lesson for us as fans. How can a young team endure, persevere, overcome? How can Cat adapt and learn on the fly and change if he's going to be exposed in this series? It's going to be awesome. And we're going to learn so much from Finch. We're going to learn the reason why Finch is what we think he is. Like, contract extension be damned. This is where we actually finally see what Finch is capable of. And rarely do we see halftime adjustments work in our favor. But that's player-based in a lot of ways. It's like we can preach as much as we can, but you got to put your, I don't know, pedal to the metal. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. So a lot of words. I still have my voice, which is incredible. We still have, 20 or so of you with us, 90-plus minutes in. I love you all.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. I don't care. Just thank you for being there. We have 4 more games with you at least. We're going to have some content. Probably, hopefully, maybe in the next couple days here.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Highlighting the series specifically, kind of seeing what we can do, maybe recalling some games versus Memphis and seeing what they're capable of. They're going to shorten their roster too. We're not going to see all 10, 12 dudes that they like to pour on. It's going to be incredible, man. It's going to be so much fun. And we got to look at it like that. The series is going to be fun. We might lose, and that's going to be okay. It's really going to be just fine. We got there. We got to the playoffs for the first time without fucking Jimmy Butts, without General Soreness.
With Nutties and Buddies.
With Nutties and Buddies. That's our own homegrown Nutties and Buddies.
It is. D'Lo just tweeted, "Job's not done."
Dude, totally. Fucking I love D'Lo, man.
I love D'Lo. I love D'Lo.
I was so worried about him.
It's just a mindset thing, man. It's just a mindset. I appreciate it, JJ. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you. We don't deserve you, but we appreciate you all.
For sure.
But we will be back later this week. I don't know exactly when. I mean, we didn't even know if we were going to win this game today, so we couldn't game plan anything. But we will definitely be having some more content before the game. We'll probably do like some kind of preview again, maybe live, maybe recorded. I don't know, something. But keep an eye out. Ring the bell so you know when we go live and when we post. Subscribe if you haven't already. We gained a few subscribers tonight, so I appreciate you all. I'm sure at this point we've got all the OGs, so appreciate you. But like the video if you haven't. I don't even know how many likes it has, but I'm sure it has more than it normally does because we had like 30-plus people in here today, which is insane. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for tonight. I want to go watch video. I want to go catch up on like 1,000 tweets that I've missed. I am ready to keep celebrating, and tomorrow,
all of Twitter.
This is crazy to me because today was my Friday at work, so I have tomorrow and the next day off. I am going to binge this game
over and over.
Binge Twitter. I'm going to be on Reddit for the first time in 12 years. Everything's going to happen. I can't wait. But I appreciate it. W stream. Thank you. Good stream. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna watch this game. I don't know, man. I'm gonna probably take a half day from work tomorrow.
Sorry,
I have to rewatch it. I'm on such a high right now. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Look how stupid we are, man. We rewatch. We, spend hours on Twitter. We go on our forums. We have our own Discord about a stupid team like the Timberwolves, and they're paying us back.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's for, man. This is love. This is all love, man. The playoffs, the play-in was a test for us. We needed it, I think. We couldn't just escape the play-in. Man, Dallas and Denver were playing so hot. 9-3, 10-2, it was destiny for us to play this way, get through this, have Cat on TNT, foul the fuck out, we persevere through a veteran-laden team, and now we get what I think every NBA nerd out there wants to see: Memphis and Minnesota, because they're young, inexperienced, super electric, number 1, number 2 offense in the league. Tyus Jones versus Jordan McLaughlin. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, on our way out, it looks like JJ Redick tweeted, "Why do we celebrate NCAA tourney teams winning a one and done scenario, but mock NBA players and their fans for doing the same? Seems wrong to me." Facts.
JJ Redick and Jalen Rose are saving ESPN, man.
Seriously, they both are. Well, anyways, I'm ready to go off and explore the Twitter world. Hello, Twitter world, and YouTubes and everything. So,
yeah,
appreciate you all. I'll
appreciate
see you sometime later this week, and enjoy, celebrate, Wolves fans, and don't be worried. Don't be worried about being mocked for it, because we've spent 20 years not celebrating. Celebrate. We're here with you.
Take it to the Discord, boys.
End of the Discord. We'll see you in the Discord. 52 wins. Intros, the outro. We don't have that. We got to get that back somehow. But we will see you later this week. Bye.